这边的老虎就好。
I'm also going to be on the good. I don't know if I'm going to be.